Yo,
Hey, how's it going today, man?
it's going, man. How you doing?
It's going.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Welcome to the new meta, episode 23.
Yeah.
My name is ThaPChild.
I'm Lord Fluffy.
So there's been some new games come out the last couple days. Last week.
Exciting stuff.
I'm playing some new stuff too, man, and it's not the same as yours. So I'm curious. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Gross.
And I have to admit, man, the game is phenomenal. It is so good.
Ugh.
So flipping good.
So when you play Assassin's Creed and like you become a badass and you fully decked out your character, then what?
So, all right, I have to history. I played the very first Assassin's Creed in 2007. That's the last one I played.
Okay.
So
since then.
That's the only one. Yeah. I think I played a little bit of, I think it was Black Flag, the one that launched when PS4 launched. I forget the name of it.
I think you're right.
I played it for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't like this. I'm done. So, it was good. Like it was not what I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped into it and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Basically, it's Spartan Kick Simulator 2008.
Cool.
You run around as a badass Spartan that you can, I don't even know how to describe this, but you can literally kick Spartan. You remember seeing the movie 300?
Oh yeah. This is Spartan.
Okay. And you know when Leonidas kicks the messenger in the well with that big ass Spartan kick? You have that in the game and you can Spartan kick people off of everything. Cliffs, mountains, buildings, it doesn't matter. And I don't know if it's ever going to get old, but Spartan kicking somebody off a cliff and watching them go splat is pretty damn fun.
Yeah.
So
cool.
But yeah, it's a great game. It's if anybody is out there has played Breath of the Wild, picture Breath of the Wild meets Spartan badass with lots of blood.
So it's just like open world.
Oh, complete open world. Do whatever you want. Climb just like Breath of the Wild. Just sneak up, kill people, do whatever you want.
Right on.
So
cool.
And you've been playing what? I heard the game came out.
Ops.
I've never heard of Black Ops. What is that?
Oh my God, so good. I haven't had less than an 8-hour stream since I've started. Like 2 15-hour streams. It's really, really good. So like the multiplayer is really, really fun. And the great thing about it so far is like, so you grind away like you would on any game, right? And then you're like, man, I'm a little tired of multiplayer, like 5 hours in, right? And then boom, you got blackout waiting for you. And it's like just a totally different beast. And it's still like a shooter. It's still in the wheelhouse of like being fun. But and then again, if you had that other third avenue that you actually like, there's zombies as well, which I tried. I didn't really love it. Lindsay wanted to play it, but I didn't really care for it. But it's
I heard zombies
really
is actually really good, so that must be a hit or miss style. Is that more PvE? Tell me about zombies. As somebody that's never played Black Ops before, I have no idea what zombies is.
And I don't necessarily, I wouldn't be the expert on this, but the one that I played, you're kind of like in like a Roman gladiator arena, and like zombie waves after zombie waves just kept coming at you. And I don't know if it's because
like a horde mode, kind of.
I'm becoming more decent, but like I just couldn't be killed, and like I got to wave like I don't know 49 or something stupid, and it was 2.5 hours into the game. So it was like, oh man, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Can you start higher? Maybe
I don't know.
Start at
I would
wave
hope
50.
And I don't know if that's just because we were like level 1s and it like maybe put us in like I don't know. I have no idea, but just couldn't die.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's been a ton of fun.
So that's all you did though the whole time. You're just in this arena killing zombies. There's no.
Well, you have to get your guns more powerful.
So it seems like a horde mode. You're dropped in naked and you get better stuff as you progress.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I guess.
Cool.
But
I don't know. Interesting. That's been all the craze lately. I don't think I've ever felt pressure like this to play a game in my life. And I've resisted the pressure just mainly because I have too many things to play. So, but everybody is like, you going to play Black Ops? You going to play Black Ops?
Yeah.
I'm playing Black Ops. You going to play with me? Fluff's playing it. Go get it. I'm sure you two could play together. And I'm like, It's I don't have time.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. I'm glad that you're liking it. I'm glad you're having a good time.
But my honest review, I mean, so like multiplayer, it's kind of like people are getting to the point where they're figuring out like what's really, really good, what's kind of like overpowered. And so that's kind of getting flooded right now. But that's kind of like every COD ever. Yeah. And they, they'll tweak it and stuff like that. So that historically, can be kind of frustrating.
How is their balance time frame historically? Like if something's broken, overpowered, and people figure it out, are they on it or does it take months?
Usually for like a solid weapon balance, it's like a month, probably a month and a half, month.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, and it's something's like just crazy powerful because this is the first weekend. Like people like are freaking out. Like, there's this incendiary shotgun that's just like out of this world. Will one shot you across the map, a shotgun, and then it burns you. So like even if it doesn't one shot you, you still die.
You burn to death
because you're burning to death. So I mean, they'll figure stuff out, but it can be pretty frustrating.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Diablo.
What is that?
There's this game called Diablo.
Oh, that Diablo little indie game.
Yeah, the little indie game.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't, not many people have heard of it.
Yeah.
But, so
jumping into,
let's talk about the poll results from last week.
The poll is actually really popular. I think the people love the polls. So
they love the polls?
This kind of shocked me.
Everybody loves the poll.
This kind of shocked me, the results. So we asked last week, Diablo 3 subscription fee, but you got to pay, for content. It's like a WoW type fee, $15 a month, but we get like constant.
Constant
all
updates.
The time. Yeah.
All the time.
And yes or no, that was...
The results surprised the crap out of me.
They really did. Overwhelmingly.
Look at that. Overwhelmingly no.
82%.
And I wonder, all you knows out there, I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
All you knows out there, I think you'd still pay it.
Yeah.
I think you're lying. I think you're lying.
Right.
But that is, as far as an opinion goes, would you want it? I think that's a statement right there.
Right.
It's definitely a statement. 82%, man.
A part of me, like, you guys aren't thinking this through. Like,
that's what I kind of feel too, man. I kind of feel like
you're just not thinking this
like
through.
You're not understanding what's being asked here.
Like, you're all here because, like, we're still playing Diablo, whether or not you're hardcore or like you're super casual, but like you're still playing Diablo. And if you could like continually have content to do and play and something that's new and exciting in Diablo, you wouldn't pay $15 a month. And then someone like you made the reference about, okay, I went to a movie and I paid like money out the butt to go to a movie, and then someone's like, well, that's not really a valid thing. What could be more valid? Like, it's entertainment.
Agree too. And not to rant on that subject, but a little bit, I completely agree. Like, anytime time is the only quantity we don't get more of in life, right? We can't get our time back. So if you're enjoying the time you spend on something, that's all that matters to me.
Sure.
But the comment was made that our opinions are skewed because we make a living streaming Diablo. But and for clarification, I don't make a living streaming Diablo
at all.
I have a 40 to 50 hour a week job like most adults. And I choose to play Diablo because I like it, not because I have to. So I think my opinion is extremely valid. And that's cool if you don't agree with it or like it. I'm not saying you have to, but yeah, man, each person can have their own opinion. We're here listening to the podcast because we love Diablo, or we want Diablo to be better. One of the two, And so if we have the same goals, guys.
Right. And if we continue, I don't know. So would you rather see subscription fee, $15 a month, or would you rather see every 3 months we get a pack? Or what was the Necro pack when it came out in 1999?
Was it $20?
Was it more?
$15?
I don't even know.
No, it wasn't more. I think it was $15.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's just say it was 20 though.
Sure.
$20 every 3 months or $15 every month. Obviously the $20 every 3 months is cheaper, and you can choose if you want to buy it or not if you like the content. So I think that's a more financially responsible way. However, I think if the developers are taking your money on a subscription fee, I feel like they take a lot more responsibility in making sure they get that content to you in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
I think it puts more pressure on them to be like, okay, we have deadlines in a month or 2 months. We have to have this content release finished.
Yeah. I can't imagine though. Okay, so say it would be really cool. So say every season, which is, on average 3 months, we get some kind of pack that you could get, right? My concern with that, and the big concern people raise with the Necro pack is that, like, you basically need Necro to really compete at a high level, and like just new metas forming all the time, and the only way for you to
become pay to win.
So it's like either go full balls to the wall, $15 a month, and then like you just get the content, or you buy into the content. I don't know, man.
I think 15 is a little steep for the game in general.
Sure.
I think $5 subscription fee would be awesome.
Well, sure, but I think we're talking about
that's
a full-fledged. If Diablo was a full-fledged game like WoW and could get continuous content,
it'd have to
like
be
WoW,
MMO status. It'd have to be huge. It'd have to be a really big release. And it's really even hard to imagine that after seeing Diablo 3 for 6 years.
Sure.
Like, there's no way you could support. Like, you'd have to deliver a Diablo 3 every 3 to 4 months to be like, all right, this is worth my money. I personally would pay because I want to see the great game amazing.
Yeah. Plus we make so much money from Diablo. It's just
right. For the record, I've had one Blizzard employee ever talk to me in life. Blizzard has never given me anything for free.
Yeah.
They have never paid me a cent.
Nope.
So my opinions are completely my own and uninfluenced.
And I don't know about you, but I'm so far in the negative as to what I've earned versus what I've spent on the stream. Like, it's not even remotely funny.
It's cool though. Yeah. I mean, people see us a lot and they see us streaming every day and they assume that that's what we do, and that's cool, man. It makes me feel good that my presence is at least I guess.
But yeah, jumping into next week because people like to vote, so we're gonna throw another one your way, guys, right now. Okay,
right now, there it is.
We're gonna post this like crazy. Let me open up Chatty. Actually, whoops.
So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the description below.
So what we're asking, most likely content coming for Diablo. Option 1, Diablo 3 expansion. Option 2, you can only vote for one, guys. Option 2, Diablo 4. 3, Diablo remastered, which is 1 or 2, whichever, some kind of remastered. 4, Diablo mobile game. 5, Diablo BR.
Oh my God.
Rock that vote, boys.
Rock the vote. Man, I think there's 2 on that list we're gonna get.
Yeah,
I think there's 2.
Do you think there's 2?
I do.
Woo, I think
we're gonna. I think we're gonna get Diablo 4, and I honestly think we're gonna get mobile. I really do.
Yeah, mobile.
I really do. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't see that.
I think we're gonna get something. I think we'll get something. I don't know. Mobile's such a big market. But Switch is mobile-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We're going to get Diablo 3 on the Switch.
Yeah.
And have you checked out the Switch? The
I'm
special
a little
edition
pissed
Switch?
off. Yeah. I'm a little pissed off.
So here's my problem, man. It's cool, right? It's pretty cool.
It's cool.
I already have a Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to buy another Switch.
God damn it.
You know what I mean? So, like, Blizzard, if you're watching this, because I know you watch this, work out a deal with me. I will trade.
Can we trade
a nice, perfectly pristine Switch
Can we trade
for a Diablo Switch? Can we trade?
But yeah, if you guys haven't seen, Diablo came out with the special edition Switch. It's got like cool Diablo stuff on it, and like the stand has a cool Diablo.
The base has the Diablo stuff. Yeah, the back's got an etching
and a case with Diablo on it.
Now we're gonna be able to buy the case for probably $20. I would assume. I hope. But the Switch is pretty cool. And I actually pulled the video up and pulled my Switch out, and it looks like they're the same colors. They just put some etching on it.
Yeah.
So hopefully the etching is really permanent and not just a sticker that they put on it. I hope it's like actually engraved somehow,
right,
or painted at least very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool package deal. And if I didn't own a Switch, I would definitely buy that package deal
too. But so I wouldn't, again, like, yeah, it'd be cool to have a Diablo 3 Switch, but I'm not buying a Switch to play Diablo. That's just
I'm not going to spend $300 to buy a new Switch for that.
I would get a Diablo Switch to play Zelda, you know, like I wouldn't get a Diablo Switch to play Diablo.
So, yeah, this is kind of jumping topics a little bit, but what if they introduce the crossplay? I know that there's been a lot of denial and so let me see, maybe you understand the story better than I do. Sure. So from what I understand, the crossplay is the deal with Fortnite now, and then this is a lot of people are talking about it.
Yep.
And then so a developer, if it was a Diablo dev or a Blizzard dev, I'm not sure who, but somebody responded and said, we're working on it or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And people lost their minds. And then they denied it later on, saying that they were going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, the hell?
I don't know.
Which way is it, man?
To me, you know, from the recent things I'm reading and the fact that it's coming to Switch, it seems like they're going to add cross-console play to the Diablo.
That would be so amazing.
That would be amazing because it's not necessarily because, like, oh, I can't wait to play with console players, but, like,
I don't think PC's included in that.
Right. But I think they should, because they should recompact the Diablo population. You know what I mean? Like, you know, sometimes real late in the season, it gets pretty hard to find a group of people to play with. And, you know, smashing all those people together, throwing them in one big pile, it's going to be great for the game if they could somehow do it.
They got to do some things first. So PC and console just play different, and I don't see how that marriage would ever work. But let's just assume they figure that out.
Right.
The cheaters on Xbox and PlayStation are pretty ridiculous, from what I'm to understand. I think that there have been glitches in the past that allowed people to fully primal augment or get full primal sets, and these people are not banned still. And there are glitches with upgrading at the Kanai Cube and unplugging your network cable and then turning your console off and then getting all your mats back.
That's true.
So there are a lot of things. So I would hate to see, as a Switch user, day one, crossplay being introduced and then they get in the game with somebody that's full primaled up. And you know what I mean? That just seems bad. But I don't know how they address that unless they just go like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how, unless there's some way they can track the cheaters that got the primal gear. Because what if you earned a full primal set legit and then they banned you for having a full set?
And that brings a good point too. Because say, it'd be cool to add more population to Diablo if they could somehow do, you know, PC to console. But if that comes with the added effect of, you know, even more cheating, like absolutely not. Let them stay where they are.
Yeah. I'm with you 100% on that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's an amazing thing. And whatever Diablo next is, it's definitely going to have crossplay in it. If Sony and Xbox have opened that door and Nintendo's on board, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to start from the ground up and including PC in that too.
Right.
If you get all four of those playing together, could you imagine the population pool I mean, day one launch of Diablo 4, you got PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch all together.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, man.
That'd be nice.
It'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
No game has done that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite, I guess, now.
Yeah, maybe. Don't they
now.
Still match console and PC on PC unless you like mix party?
You mix your party, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is fair, because...
Yeah,
well, I also wanted to talk about, because I didn't think about something the other night when we were talking about how Fortnite is now going to be cross, right? And Xbox is now going to have keyboard and mouse support. So I'm curious, like, how is that going to go down? Because keyboard and
PlayStation,
mouse.
as soon as it goes down on Xbox, PlayStation already has basic support anyways for keyboard and mouse. And they let you rebind your keys, I believe. I don't know how much support's there, but I know for a fact I've seen people playing Fortnite on PlayStation, and I saw them pull up the keyboard rebind interface, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So PlayStation's had it for a little bit, but it depends on the implementation that Xbox does. If they go full on driver for like major brands like Logitech and Razer, man, that'd be kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
I think PlayStation would follow suit really, really fast. If Microsoft was smart, they would get contract deals with those companies, man. They would enter a deal with Logitech and Razer.
I think they already entered a deal with Razer, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they're like, all right, you can only exclusively let us have drivers for the next year. Right. Like, that would crush PlayStation.
But they'd have to do it something. You couldn't put Xbox keyboard mouse players with controller players. And could you put Xbox keyboard and mouse players with PC players?
Yeah, you could, I think. I mean, PC players play on controller now.
Yeah.
I mean, not successfully, I don't think, but they do.
Sure.
But
that'd be cool. If you could do like a two-way street, it'd be like people that are on the PC that use a controller. Could they be paired
with Xbox? Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know. What if you like plug your controller in to start the game and then unplug your controller?
Yeah, exactly though.
That's pretty scumbag. But people would do that.
Yeah, they would. And they could do that. Maybe COD, you could a loadout thing. Plug in your controller and then unplug it, and then you'd have auto aim on your keyboard and mouse.
Oh yeah,
like back in the day.
That's why they don't allow controller or aim assist now, right?
Probably.
So to get rid of people cheating.
Maybe couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. It would be interesting to see. It's interesting to see the Fortnite people streaming COD and then going back to Fortnite. Some of them have already gone back pretty quick.
Yeah,
quicker than I thought. You think that's going to be a trend, or you think they're just trying to satisfy their audience that they've built up and then they're going to keep multi-streaming?
I mean, I would be kind of shocked. Like for someone like Ninja who grinds Fortnite like 10, 15 hours a day. But I mean, makes insane amounts of money doing it. I would be surprised because he's a hardcore gamer if he didn't want to continue playing Blackout because it's fresh, it's new, it's VR, it's his wheelhouse. I would guarantee it's because he wants to satisfy viewers.
It's as streamers, like we can both comment on this.
Yeah, for sure.
Grinding the crap out of Diablo. It's very refreshing to play something else on stream every now and then. It's super amazing. It doesn't mean that you don't like the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we don't like Diablo. It's just I've played it 40 hours this week. Let me grind something else for a couple hours. It feels good. So I'm surprised at this. I was really surprised to see them back on Fortnite that fast.
Yeah. I think some people also try to jump on like, okay, well, Ninja's not on Fortnite, and there's gonna be a lot of people looking for a Fortnite person to watch, and so they're trying to capitalize on that. There's probably a whole bunch of,
a whole bunch of mind games going.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so we kind of derailed hard. Diablo on Switch is going to get crossplay, maybe. I would be surprised. I bet that dev spoke out before he was supposed to.
Sure.
But I don't think PC is going to make cross platform for Diablo 3.
Too much work.
Diablo 4 maybe, but not 3.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
But another thing that I thought was very interesting, and a lot of people were upset about it from what I read, but I guess they canceled the Diablo comic.
I've heard this. Yeah.
I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a ton of known reason from what I could read.
That's interesting too, because was it confirmed or was it just leaked? I mean, they pre-sold it. It was confirmed.
It was confirmed, yeah.
So what that means to me, and I'm not super knowledgeable on these things, but to me, that makes me think that this comic book series was a precursor or a lore tie-in, story tie-in to the upcoming game, and the story has been rewritten. That's what I think. Really? I think the story has been changed enough that the comics didn't make sense anymore, and they canned them. I'm totally guessing.
Okay,
it's just my
gut.
That's
interesting. The thing that first came to my head was maybe either one of two scenarios, 50-50 chance here, right? One is that maybe Diablo's going to be ready sooner than they thought, and like this really wouldn't be that necessary to like get people hyped for it. Maybe BlizzCon will do the job enough, or they're just not ready at all, and they didn't want to get like people
too
overhyped.
hyped, thought the train too early.
Right. Those are the first things that pop in my head.
If this ever gets released again, then I think your theory would be right that the hype train was getting started too soon. Yeah. If they never get released ever, like whenever this new game comes out, if we never hear these comics prior to its launch, I think it was a big story change, which will eventually come out someday. Right. They'll be like, oh, D4 was redeveloped. Like, didn't that happen in D3, like where they totally just gutted it at some point? Yeah. We're like, all right, we're gonna scrap it, start over. So
yeah,
and I hope that's not the case.
Follow up to that. There was, what was it? The Book of Adria was delayed.
Yeah.
Which had people upset as well.
Yeah. But it's just delayed, not canceled.
Right.
It's interesting. Does it say how far it's delayed in there? I didn't remember.
I think it only said like a week or something, or a month maybe.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
Something
weird's going on, guys. They're changing something.
Yeah.
Something's going down.
Do you think they with the? I guess it depends on how long it was delayed, but like would they reprint the Books of Adria for people if your theory is true and the story changed? I wonder if they would even.
If the Book of Adria changed, I mean, if the Book of Adria's story plays an impact on the lore for the upcoming game, I mean, maybe they could alter the story enough to get it out. I don't know. That seems rushed either way.
Right.
So seems rushed. I'm not a big. Like, I used to be into comic books when I was a kid, and I haven't really read a whole lot of books. I mean, I've read The Hobbit and and the Game of Thrones, the series. That's really about it. So I'm not super hype. I'm probably never going to read the book anyways, unless people were just ranting about how awesome it was. You know,
it won't be at all. You know, I love story.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just interesting. I wonder what it means for BlizzCon, and I would love to be a fly on the wall for these conversations. Sure. Like, why are they canceled?
Right.
Got to be story related or hype train. One of the two. It's like, oh, we need to delay this a month because the game's not going to launch until 2021. No, maybe. Sorry. So,
but another exciting thing for both of us and for a lot of people watching, the BlizzCon event map, has released.
Yeah. Very nice, man.
So there's
very nice. Lots of stuff in there.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of empty space in there. So it's very interesting. If you guys frequent the Diablo Reddit, you may have seen some posts on the Diablo Reddit. And the speculation on this post was that there might be a playable demo for a future Diablo title.
Right.
In a little empty space that's not marked, that was also used for the demo of Overwatch, I believe, right by the main stage.
So I don't think that's part. So I guess this used to be more seating, and Overwatch was like somewhere else. But on the event map before Overwatch was announced, they had like a blank space, and they used that for an Overwatch demo.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Right. So the theory is there's this big blank space, which is a lot of space. There's like photos out there of like how much space this is. And if you look at the map, you can see like the World of Warcraft thing. It takes up equivalently the same size. So that's pretty big. And then it's hard for me to read. It's kind of small. Is it Heroes of the Storm next to WoW? Right.
And then Overwatch. And it's like, if you look at all those things, it's like, well, that space is the exact same amount of space if the map is scale.
Right.
But
could you imagine though? So let's say 50% of the space is Diablo 3 Switch demo. And they just announced a new Diablo title. Like, they would need a huge chunk of space. You know what I mean? Like, everyone would be waiting in line for days.
Do you think you think people would wait in line to play Diablo 3 on Switch?
No. But I'm saying, like, there doesn't seem to be enough. Like, yes, there's a big missing space, but it doesn't seem like to be enough space for like a Diablo new title demo, because everyone would want to try it.
If it was a new title, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I would do if it's a new title, guess what I'm doing every day until we leave? I'm waiting in that line, playing it, waiting in that line, playing it, waiting in that line.
Right.
I don't care.
We're gonna buddy up with everybody in line, and if you try to cut like crazy. we're begging developers
That's all
to stay
I'm
late.
gonna do. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree. I don't think it's a lot of space, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think anything is going to be playable yet. It's too far away.
I'd be blown away. Yeah.
If we even saw any in-game footage, I would be completely blown away.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that would be such a huge reveal in itself. If we saw in-game footage, we would understand what we're looking at graphically for the next 6 to 8 years, probably.
Right.
We get to see what we're working with, man. And I'm excited to see what they can do with the game engine.
Sure.
I don't think Diablo 3 looks that bad. No. I don't think it looks that dated.
No.
And it's by development time, it's probably an 8 to 10 year old engine.
Right.
They started it. So I would be ecstatic to see what they could do.
Sure. For sure.
Currently.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 featuring RTX.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh. If you guys don't get that joke, man, NVIDIA's RTX 2080 Ti and 2080 release demo, just go watch it. Just go Google that and you'll understand.
Really good.
So,
but yeah, seems interesting. I'm not sure what's going with that. But I don't really know any of this other like I don't know what is Dark Moon Fair? Like what is I don't understand.
Cosplay?
I guess. Is that what that is?
I don't know. Can you get it? I can't read that. It's a little too small.
Yeah, it's
but I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely I'm gonna try to vlog as much of this trip as I can.
They won't let us bring cameras in. Yeah, dude. What? We know that we applied for Media Pass. I don't know if I just recently got rejected. I don't know if you got your email.
Oh, back. You actually got the rejection?
I finally got rejected. But you can't bring a camera in. If you have like your phone out, like they're gonna come up and be like, turn that shit off, dude.
For the entire BlizzCon?
Apparently.
I am so sad. No,
you can't even bring in a camera. You can only have your cell phone.
Where did it say that at?
It was from what I've read. Yeah, is what the case is.
I don't know.
Because I was planning on doing the vlog whole thing, and then everything that I read was like, no, you can't bring a camera in.
Yeah, I have my old iPhone 6 here, and I reformatted it so it's like super fresh with nothing on it.
Yeah.
So I could just vlog with that phone the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do it. I'm just kidding, Blizzard. I'm not sneaking stuff. Yeah, that sucks. But interesting. I don't know. I don't know what that area is for. And they have the Reign of Terror merchandise leak too. Did you see this stuff?
That was interesting.
So that could potentially maybe be the title of the next game. They
like t-shirts. They had like a hoodie, the Dark Wanderer hoodie.
Look at the poster. Why? Stop the anime. Why would you make a poster?
Right.
And call it Reign of Terror? If the new title of the game,
it's just Diablo. That's all it shows.
Oh. I don't know,
man. Poster. Yeah, I guess the title of the poster doesn't show Reign of Terror on the poster.
Yeah, it says Reign of Terror.
Right. They say,
and it doesn't look like Diablo 3 Diablo.
Right. Looks more like D2.
Yeah.
But
a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get something. Obviously.
But yeah, it is weird that like why would you what do you mean Reign of Terror? Like why none of these say Reign of Terror? Why are you naming them Reign of Terror? And then Blizzard's like, no, that's not our name. That's not the name. Reign of Terror. Which me and my friend were joking the other day. It's like, oh, now, like, they've denied it, the leak, or whatever. They're denying that that's the title. But watch it be like Reign of Terror Rising or something like that, right?
Reign of Terror.
Yeah.
It's like, so, yeah, they, I don't know, man. This happens to every game release ever. Right. The very first story leak for Destiny 2, because I was so huge on that Destiny 2 hype train. The very first story leak that we ever got that was accurate was toys. They designed some Lego-ish style toys that had the battle from the very opening mission.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a synopsis like on the website that sold the toy that was put up for like 10 minutes and then taken down and somebody screenshot it. And it was dead on. And then, Bungie was like, no, that's not it. Of course, that's not it. And I'm just thinking, why did you give these toy makers a synopsis? Your concept artists give them a picture, make this into a toy.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, why do they even have access to a synopsis? That doesn't help you make the toy any better.
Right.
So, and then these guys put it on their website, and it's like, is it really an accident? Like, it makes you wonder. Like, the developers can't be that dumb. It's got to be a planned leak, where they're like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's leak this to the toy thing. It'll seem real, and then we can deny it.
Right.
I don't know.
No. Seems suspicious. Reign of Terror. I mean, it's a good name.
I could definitely see that.
What if they're like, shit, we leaked the name, and they're like, well, now we got to go back to the drawing board so we can deny that there's a new title and their new game. Now we got to.
They're gonna like, fuck it, let's call it World of Sanctuary.
Right. Which Reign of Terror would be so much better than World of Sanctuary.
It depends on the game. If it's a MMO knockoff, wow. I mean, World of Sanctuary makes total sense.
Sure, but people can't have another World of. Like, I hope they don't do that. If it's just a World of Diablo, that's such a terrible name.
World of Diablo.
Right.
The race or the Rift races. I know we were talking about some ideas of throwing out for Diablo 3.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking about Rift races.
Yeah. And so this is just something that randomly came up, and actually came up from a buddy of mine that doesn't even play Diablo anymore. But like, one of my biggest complaints about playing in a group outside of like 4-man meta pushing or rat runs is it's like, it just feels kind of pointless at a certain point when everyone's like super powerful, especially in T13. Like, it's just like one person basically just gets ahead of the group and just slaughters everything, and then like everyone else is just kind of like catching up and clicking stuff, and then maybe like that person that's ahead, we like, oh shit, a legendary drop back here, and then someone else, takes the reins. It's just like, it's so annoying actually to like be in a room and a legendary drops across the screen. I hate it. So one of the this idea has been thrown around is that, like, so say you're in a 4-man group and you're in town and you open up a rift and everyone gets the same rift, and you race to see how fast you can finish that rift, and everyone's got the same layout, same pylons, everything. It's the exact same rift, but it's just like a race, and you still
does the winner get more loot?
I don't know how that could work out, like, and if everybody gets more loot, but
what if you could so gamble? What if you could gamble on
it? I like that.
Oh, so like, what if you could bet your loot against the other player's loot? Winner take all, winner take double loot, no trading back. Dude.
That'd be sweet.
No trades.
That'd be sweet.
That would be so fun, man.
There's a lot of things you could do that'd be fun with this.
Yeah, I could definitely see people having some fun with that. Yeah. Like, Wave of Light's better than UE.
Like, let's prove it, dude.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right. And if you did like a round
put your
thing,
loot on it. Put your loot on it.
Like Overwatch or COD does, where it's like 3 to 5,
Yeah, round
that'd
one.
Sweet,
have progress, but had the other enemy's progress bar overlay on your progress bar in a different color or something. Oh my god, so much hype. That would be fun for a little bit. I think it would get old. Could you imagine the amount of people coming in stream every day? 1v1 race me, bro.
Right. But here's the thing. So you say it's going to get old, it's going to get boring, but I would much rather just do that nonstop. Assuming that's not so. Yeah, we're saying like you could bet your loot, but that's not probably what
not required.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I would much rather just go through, like, be in a group with my friend or whatever, and like fly through a rift, and we still get loot. But I don't want to like do the rift together at a certain point in the season where like everyone's super powerful. It's so fucking annoying. People are always like, he never grew for T13. I'm like,
so have a race, but then also have them combine.
Yeah. Something.
Or what if you both combined your rift, and when the Nephilim spawned, it just threw you both in the same room? You know what I'm saying?
Then you have someone waiting though. Like if
no, it threw you in the same room to kill them.
Oh, so like if I'm there first, it just throws you into mine.
Yeah, it spawns the rift, and then all of a sudden you're just tossed in.
Sure.
I wish that they would do this anyways. They should have a deal where when you close the rift, if there's loot that is in the rift, it just goes to your mailbox. They already have a mailbox system in place.
Sure.
Why isn't that a thing already?
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine how many legendaries I've missed. There's been times where I've seen one pop way at the back of the rift, and I'm like,
No,
it's gonna be it's gonna be a nail biter. I don't even care. Yeah. Like I don't care. You know,
it seems like every single time you're like, man, I should probably go check that because it's like a green or something like that. So you go back and it's like
it's so
Blackthorn.
Yep, it's your 50th Blackthorns.
Right.
So, I would love to see that's a huge quality of life thing that for another expansion that we're gonna get.
Fun.
I hope we get something like that. And speaking of expansions.
Yeah.
I really think Diablo 3 is going to get one from BlizzCon.
Really?
I think the most hype thing that we're going to leave with is going to be a Diablo 3 expansion news drop.
Yeah.
I think it's going to drop on Switch. They're going to talk about crossplay, and it even makes more sense for crossplay to come in an expansion.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Could do it.
Sure.
I think we're going to get it. I really do. It could be, at worst, I think it's going to be another character class, probably Druid, because they've hinted at that kind of cryptically. I'm hoping for a full-fledged to hold us over until D4. But I think we got one more in the pipes, man. With Switch coming out and that juiced up ring, and people were asking in the YouTube comments from last week what juiced up ring we were talking about. The juiced up ring was from the Switch demo that they did. They hovered over a yellow ring, and the yellow ring had like primal-ish stats, maybe even better. Yeah, it was like higher than ancient or primal current, and it just doesn't make sense for that to be in the game at all unless there was expansion content. Right. So,
one thing though that we didn't touch on that has to do with the map, right? The BlizzCon map is, I guess, from what I've read, the final panel for the Diablo Q&A that they're doing is back on the Mythic stage, which is the big one.
Okay.
And in the description, it says, drill the developers with questions about the world of Diablo. So, like, my question would be is one, I mean, I don't think that they would take the main stage to talk about Diablo 3.
I don't either.
And two, why? If it was Diablo 3, like, why are we talking to the devs now?
It doesn't even matter. Why are we talking to devs at all, period?
Right.
Devs aren't usually good presenters.
No.
They're devs.
Right.
They're not your people. They're not your people.
Wait a minute. I'm a dev. You calm down. I'm a people person.
I'm saying, I say usually.
Yeah, usually. I know. No, I get it. I
deal with the most part customers.
Yes, we are
office
a weird
space references.
Sure.
Yeah, man. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to talk to the devs unless they're talking about technical aspects of
that's something we haven't seen yet.
So yeah, D4.
That's what I kind of think with this is like they're not going to have here. So Blizzard usually, I think, and historically, we'll get a cinematic for D4. I think we'll get a cinematic. I don't think we'll get any gameplay whatsoever. And
I didn't think so either.
Are you about to say it?
But the devs? Yeah.
So now,
well, why would you talk to devs if you're not going to get gameplay?
Because
footage?
they're the only people that know like what the plan is for the game. So like people are going to be able to ask like, hey, in the next Diablo, are you guys that? And then the devs are going to be like, well, we're working on something that's kind of like this.
How are we going to Q&A a game we know nothing about? That seems like it would need to be a scripted Q&A from somebody that's going to run the show.
Fans, boys that are come up to the mic and be like, "Hi, my name's David, and my question is,
right. Well, in Diablo 4, are we going to have multiplayer? Like,
right?
Yes, David, get off the stage.
Get the heck out of here, David.
Ask some serious shit, David. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what
I don't know.
I
think. Yeah, that like I already said, I don't think we're going to get gameplay footage, and I don't think we really are, but that really makes me think we might. Like, I don't know why they would be up there unless they're explaining something we're going to see.
Yeah, and on the main stage.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a combo,
we could get developers to talk about the mobile phone game they're going to put out.
But yeah, this to me, this screams Diablo 4 Q&A. Absolutely.
Maybe they could have developers talking about Druid class in the next expansion.
I'd be astonished because I don't think and here you could maybe disagree. I don't know that if they had Diablo 3 developers on stage for people to ask questions to, I'm not sure, unless they controlled who's asking the questions, every question would be super positive. Where if it's like a Diablo 4,
yeah, 100%.
if it's a Diablo 4, you know, it's like, oh, you know, what can we expect in this aspect? Even if you're like kind of sour about how Diablo 3 went down, like you're still probably
you're gonna be hyped,
right? Yeah.
Hey, you know, you're like, hey, Josh, how come you guys don't get rid of botters? Like that would be every question ever for Diablo 3. You know, well, but I don't know if they announce D4. Do you think they're gonna touch on the anti-cheat?
No,
they have developed. You don't think?
Absolutely not.
You don't?
I don't think that they don't even. They're not gonna even address that Diablo 3 is infested.
I don't think they have to address it directly. They could indirectly say,
I don't think they will.
We're adapting some of the systems we've developed from Overwatch and blah, blah, blah to...
That'd be a good question, though, right? If you could get in that line to ask a D4 question, be like, hey, what the heck are you guys going to do?
There's no way they're going to be real questions
around. Right.
You are going through 5 screeners before you get that mic in your hand, and then they're probably pre-recording you asking the question so you can't flip it last minute.
Right.
There's no way.
They would see me and be like, no, Fluff, get out of line. Get out of line right now, dude.
I'd be like right behind you. They'd be like, no, you too.
A wig and a mustache. I'll try to get in the line, guys, but they're going to
glasses, a top hat, trench coat, collar flipped up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I if we get gameplay footage, I'll be super excited because that at least lets us see what we're getting. Yeah. But I don't expect it at all.
But that space on the main floor, if you're convinced that we're going to get Diablo 3 content, there's no reason that other space couldn't be to test the new Diablo 3 content. That would make more sense.
Yeah. On Switch. On Switch?
It doesn't have to be, because that half of it would be like, hey, try Diablo 3 on Switch.
It makes
other half would be Diablo 3, come try the Druid.
You can't, though. So the thing is I don't think we're going to get any expansion information at BlizzCon, really. Because part of not for D3, because part of the hype is a Switch's release, and I don't think you can be like, here Switch, you're getting this, and then play this new expansion right now. Like they wouldn't do that.
No. But you don't think they would? I'm not saying like it's going to be ready right away, but it's going to be pretty soon down the pipeline.
Yeah, I think we're Switch will come out, and then if we're Q1 next year is when we're going to get that drop. Is my guess. Because BlizzCon's in November, so we give 3 to 4 months for Switch people to play that content. But
you don't think that they would announce that at BlizzCon that you're going to get a Diablo?
I think they would announce it, but they're not going to play it. I thought you meant have like the playable demo for the expansion.
I think that they could have half of it like, hey, this is Diablo 3 on Switch. Look how it's doing. It's great. And then half of it could be like, hey, come try it. Druid. It's in beta. It's for PC. You know, what would be wrong with that?
I think that takes away some of the shine from the Switch.
No, because that makes some people. I would be more hyped for Switch. He's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get Diablo 3 on Switch finally. I can play it like remotely, and I have something to look forward to now that I have Diablo 3 on Switch. Because for me, it's like
maybe that would give me a reason to entice me to buy it on Switch.
Or if you're that person that wants to play it on Switch, and you're like, man, but I already know this game inside and out, and then you're like, oh, but there's new content coming. Maybe I'll finally make the switch to Switch, right?
Switch to Switch,
right?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't look at it that way. Like, but maybe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's all speculation, anyways. We don't know what we're talking about. They don't tell us anything.
Watch us not get. It's just like D1 D2 remaster, Netflix movie, mobile game.
Right.
There you go.
But that would be real hype. Like that would be the ultimate. I think for me is like, so we're at BlizzCon, which will be exciting. I don't really know how much in my wheelhouse BlizzCon's gonna be, but like it'd be really cool to be there and we get a Diablo 4 announcement and something else. That's the big thing.
For both of our first cons, I don't think we could have picked a better time to go. A better BlizzCon to go to. Because if we're gonna get anything, it's gonna be this one. And obviously we're getting something because they got the stages set up for it. So I think we picked a really good one to go to.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm super excited for it. I have no idea what to really expect and how awesome it's really going to be, but my expectations are pretty high. I'm pretty this is going to be dope.
Even then, so like we're at the opening ceremony and they're like D4 and like I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, yeah. But the thing that's gonna make me like, oh fuck, is if we get like D3 expansion, something to do in Diablo world before Diablo 4. That's the only one. And otherwise, I'm just kind of, I don't know. I feel like I might get a little bored, but that's just
I think we're gonna get that expansion drop though. I think we're gonna be fine.
All right.
If nothing else, man, we got that single size bed, so we can,
sure. We just spend the vacation a different way.
Inappropriate.
Totally.
So
yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna switch topics just a little bit. We already talked about, Assassin's Creed and BO4, but Halo is
crazy, man.
Responded
this fucking
to the BR thing.
Yeah. So
are they gonna put BR in Halo?
Halo developers tweeted out. Someone's like, "Hey, is Halo Infinite, which is the next title? Will there be BR?" And the dev replied and said, "The only BR we're interested in is the battle rifle." Do you not like money? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Halo's not gonna get a BR?
That seems like a shot at BR.
Yeah, I think they're trying to jump on the hype train of like people are like oh my god, another BR. But like you can't deny how incredibly popular and how like Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is absolutely crushing it right now. Absolutely crushing it. You can't ignore that level of success. And you come out with another Halo 6 Arena 4v4, it's not enough. You got to jump to the next generation.
They should already know what's going to happen with that because Halo 5 fell on its face pretty fast. I mean, how long did that multiplayer last on that? Like
it's making a comeback.
A month and it was buried on Twitch.
Yeah.
I checked it like 6 months ago and there was, it was like Diablo 3 style. There was 500, 600, 700 people watching tops and it was all one dude.
Right.
So
it's such a wasted can you imagine a BR in the Halo universe? Like, oh my gosh. Like everyone's got shields and like maybe your health loses. Like if you lose health and so you got to find health to get your health back. Just like Halo 1, right? Like your health would go down, but your shield would come back.
Your shield would regen.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh. Just like Destiny.
Like
I don't know, man. I haven't played Halo multiplayer in a long time. Halo 5 didn't really do it for me. I was into Destiny at the time, and when it dropped, and I just didn't get into it.
Was honestly, I think Halo 5 was brilliant. Like it was really, really good. But it's just there's nothing else there to keep players. Like you just come out with an Arena 4v4 again. Yeah, it's gonna be popular for the week, but people love their BR now, and if you're not even gonna touch that, like it's such a waste. It's Halo.
Maybe this is reverse psychology. Maybe he's saying this to throw you off because they're working on it, dude. It's Reign of Terror.
Halo could make so much money if they did a BR and Arena 4v4 that we all know and love, and then a Destiny style PvE FPS, fighting the Covenant, fighting the Flood. Like if you had all three of those in one package,
you'd have Destiny. So basically, Destiny needs to make a BR and then get a little bit more. They need to steal some devs for their PvP department.
Yeah.
And then make a BR.
Terrible, right? Yeah. I agree.
So you think Destiny PvP is terrible. What do you dislike about it?
I think there's too many abilities. I've watched a lot of players play Destiny 2 PvP, and I played a decent amount, not a ton myself, but it doesn't really feel like there's a ton of gun battles. It's mostly like abilities and supers, and it's
so many one-shot things. But they slowed it down and people hated that too. So there's something, even though the gunplay in Destiny I think feels really good, the PvE gunplay feels amazing.
PvE gunplay feels good. Something just off the PvP.
So, and I like the PvP, but I have to agree, it's not that engaging. It's fun for me for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But after that, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Let's move on. So it's interesting though. I would like to see them steal some devs and like you said, if you liked Halo 5 so much,
but there's still a level, like Destiny is a big name, but it's not on the level of Halo.
Yeah.
If Halo jumped into both of those genres, like the name alone could.
People would be all over it for sure.
And so it's just, this tweet is just like the most upsetting thing I've probably read this year, because it just gives me like no hope. This makes me think, okay, Halo's going to do another campaign and another, big team battle and 4v4, like, and it's just going to fucking die again.
Yep.
But I digress.
Same old thing.
Learn.
Yeah. I don't know what they got going on. We got a couple. This is something that was bugging me yesterday, and I don't know if anybody else out there is running into this. So I started pushing on my Raycor Hoda barb last night, and I know that there were some stability issues with Blizzard servers earlier in the day, but Hoda was bugged. It would not cancel animation when I was charging in the walls, and my stack generation was insanely low. And I checked I'm like, my FPS was good. I was in the hundreds on FPS. My ping was in the 80s. I have no explanation for what was going on, other than I could drastically feel it, and it was just broken. And I'm like, holy crap, whatever's going on, if this stays this way, I can't push anymore, because I can't. I'm getting a third of this, or 2/3 of the generation I should.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was missing 30% probably. So I don't know, man. If anybody else out there was playing lately and they're noticing weird things, I was just waiting for a tweet from Diablo. Oh, hey guys, we fixed barbarians. They no longer animation cancel. Got that one for you. Like, come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Weird. I think it's just bad, probably.
Hopefully it was just a server thing, but I'm going to keep my eyes on that this week. And
I'd rather them, I don't know. I'd like to see them fix animation canceling, because I don't think that,
I would too. That's one of the few things about the mechanic that I don't like.
Yeah.
Although it does work very well to charge yourself into a wall anyways, because you need all of the enemies to group up on you.
Right.
And that keeps you still, so all the enemies can group up on you.
Sure.
So it even if it didn't increase stack generation, it still makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
Fortunately. But that's all I got, man. You want to jump into some Twitter questions?
Let's do it.
All right. I didn't get the name of the person that asked this. So if you're out there, sorry. He says, I'd like to know the top 3 worst things in Diablo 3 ROS you've ever experienced so far. Many divide in solo or group play, other categories you may choose. So this is kind of weird, because I think this is a negative question in general. Like, why do you want to know the worst things we've ever experienced? But to me, it's pretty easy, man. I mean, it's botting to me. Like, the worst thing about the game
that's not you directly.
Is that, you think they're referring to me more
worst
specifically?
Thing that happened to you in Diablo, I guess.
What
it sounds like to me.
I don't know. Do you have something? I can't think of anything that's like, I mean,
so it's Joseph Durfler. He tweeted at us.
Okay.
The top 3 worst things in ROS you've experienced. Okay. That you've ever experienced.
I don't know. I mean, aside from just people being jerks, everybody's had that group you get into where somebody is like, you're shit, you can't play the game, you suck, But I augmented a primal weapon one time with the wrong gem.
Wow.
And it was a 108. I had a 108 augment that I was doing, and at the time that was a pretty decent gem for me. I was pretty happy with that gem level. And instead of augmenting it with intelligence or strength, I did dex. Whatever it was, I put dex on it, and I didn't want dex on it. I think it was intelligence is what I meant to use. So
I'm trying to think. So I don't know. I can't remember a time. It's been so long since like I made a mistake, but I can remember one time I was carrying one of my like real life friends, and he was having trouble like organizing his stash. And so like we were in Ventrilo. That's how long ago it was. And I was telling him like my strategy for like organizing my stash. And so he drops a bunch of stuff in town, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna switch characters to get all my stuff off my dude, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're totally fine. Like it'll still be here, and then he like switches characters, and it's all gone. But that was like the worst. Is like, fuck, I just like screwed his gear because I told him like he was good to go. So
yeah, that's pretty rip.
Yeah, I think lately though, this whole bounty crashing thing, it's really bad. Like nothing's worse. I literally had all 5 acts done, and I went to open my community to invite people. Game crashed.
So okay, I have experienced the community thing, and maybe that's why you're getting this, because I haven't had any of the bounty troubles or crash troubles at all, but I haven't been opening my community page. So at the start of the season, I was doing that. How long did you wait? Did it completely like error message pop up, crash the game, or did it just freeze up and you just all F4'd it?
So
I had to let it sit there for like a solid minute one day, and it unfroze.
Yeah, I let it sit there because I was like, surely it'll come back. Surely come back. And I stayed there until like, you know, like the window circle pops up and it's like, it's not responding. But it's definitely, I mean, yes, opening the community is like kind of a known thing where it will crash your game sometimes, especially based on how big a community is. But yeah, there's been tons and tons of crashes just playing bounties this season. I don't know why. I've got the best gaming PC money can buy. Like, it's ridiculous. So I don't know what it is. And every one of my streams, like, yeah, I freaking get that in bounties all the time. And like, I can play 4-man, I can play solo bounties all day, never crash. But something, or not solo bounties, but solo rifts all day. But something about bounties, man.
It's just interesting.
I don't know what it is.
That sucks.
It does suck.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. I probably lost like 300 bounty mats this season.
I had back to the worst thing I've experienced. This isn't the worst thing, but it easily could have been.
Sure.
I stored up that 116 bounty cash boxes to pop.
Right.
And I got DC'd and my internet crapped out as soon as I did it. Like, it was unbelievable timing. My internet went to crap. Luckily, I was smart enough to invite people to the game before I popped them. So I was able to get back in the game, and my loot was still there.
See, and that's what's fucked up, because I told my friend, like, yeah, you're good. And he logged out to switch characters and is gone.
Yeah. Were you in the same act as him?
And it's like, I know that was supposed to still be there, but he switched characters and it was gone. I was
maybe
like,
maybe manually switching is different than a disconnect.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that easily could have been one of the worst things ever. Right. That was a ton of stuff, like insane. 20,000 blood shards, 500 plus of all the mats. It was crazy. The next question is from Zach Highfill. He says, will you guys be doing the scavenger hunt for Diablo? And we didn't even talk about this.
Yeah.
Diablo tweeted out that they're doing a scavenger hunt. They're dropping clues, and if you figure the clues out, you get either a website or a real life location where then you can scan a QR code, and then the QR code will give you a reward. And I don't know if this is like a one-time claimable reward. Probably is. But there's a scavenger hunt. So if you're into that kind of thing, check out Diablo's Twitter feed. And you can get it going. They have the first hint up there, although I have no idea what it means. That's not enough info for me. So if somebody figures that out, then they're way smarter than I am. But I don't really think it's something I'm going to get into a lot because it's just not really something I'm probably super good at in general. I don't have enough lore knowledge, and it seems like this is going to be lore based. So I think I'm going to be excluded from the fun. And then I can't imagine they're going to do something in my city, like,
Yeah, that too. But I don't know.
If they did, I would definitely do it.
It'd be cool if they did like an in-game one, and like the first 3 people that like
found something,
what they needed would get it.
Yeah,
or something
that would
like
be cool.
That would be a lot more
but
exciting.
I'm definitely going to pay attention to it and watch it. I don't know how much I'll participate, but I'm definitely going to watch it unfold. So, Hot Mama says, what is your favorite type of soup?
Random. I guess potato soup.
Potato soup.
I guess.
I like country styles, like country vegetable. I don't know. It's a Campbell soup.
Vegetable out of a can. It's a canned soup.
Yeah, out of a can. You actually make your own soup. You take the time to cut up all the stuff and make your own soup.
There's been times where I like get a like a bag, and you make it,
right.
but not out of a can.
No,
gross.
Yeah, I don't know. Tomato soup's really good with grilled cheese sandwiches. Make a grilled cheese sandwich, dunk it in the soup, and eat it.
Yeah, I'm not traditionally a fan of grilled cheese, but I've been to like places that special, like they're a grilled cheese place, and they have like a whole bunch of stuff.
They're garbage.
Then they're good.
We have those here, and I went to one the other day, and I spent like $10 on this grilled cheese, and they put shit in it, and it was like, this is worse than what I make at home. This is horrible.
I went to Hammond Trees. If you're ever in Fayetteville, Arkansas, I think
it's called Tom Cheese up here.
Yeah. Tom Cheese, but this place was legit.
All right.
I can't what do you like? You like the Velveeta in between two slices of white bread and you fry it in butter or whatever?
Yeah, I just use cheddar. I just use American cheese. Okay. I think American tastes the best. Put American in there and smother it in butter. It's got to be like dripping.
Gross.
Get your fingers nasty. And then you fry the bread on both sides to trap it in. Good. We got another Zach question. Zach, different Zach, says, with Halloween coming soon, when was the last time you scared someone or got scared? I guess they want both. I'll tell both. So
I scare Lindsay so Lindsay will get hiccups. And so immediately my first response to try to cure her of her ailment is to try to scare her.
Does it work?
I mean, I scare her, but she never gets cured. So not gonna stop me from trying though.
I got my son. So it was late at night. I don't know. It was dark outside. That's all I know. And the trash needed to be taken out. And so if you go out of our front door, then you have to walk across the driveway, make a right, and you're by the side of the house. And that's where I have the little trash can area built out, where our trash can sits. And I was like, take the trash out. And he's like, no, Dad, it's dark. I don't want to. And I'm like, stop messing around. Take the trash out. I got stern, to make him do it. But totally my intent the whole time was when he comes back, I'm going to scare the shit out of him, And so he goes outside, takes the trash out, and he's sprinting to the trash can,
Yeah.
And my wife sees this about to go down. She knows what I'm going to do. And she's like, don't you dare do it. Don't you dare do it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I hid behind the front door and he comes in the house. And when he shuts the door, I just go, like that. And he screamed like a girl, turned and ran smack into the wall. There was nowhere for him to even go. He just sprinted into the wall face first and then hit and bounced off the wall and fell down on the ground. And then he started crying, but he wasn't crying because he was hurt. He was crying because he was scared.
Yeah, definitely your kid. Definitely your kid.
It was the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. And my wife was so flipping mad at me. Oh my God. I was in the doghouse for 2 weeks. It was easily 2 weeks that she didn't talk to me for probably 2 days. And it was just, I've never seen her this pissed at me in my life. And she's like, that was so messed up. And God, it was so funny. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Great dad.
And then have you been scared? You got any scare stories?
I mean, we told that story that one time, the ghost story. That's probably
the ghost. Yeah, we're gonna save some ghost stories. Stories for our Halloween podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My dad got me one time. So my dad used to always tell these ghost stories growing up, and I had a motor, a little mini bike, a little Honda Trail 70. It's a small dirt bike, and I was riding this dirt bike around as a kid. And my dad's house was in the country, and he had this separate barn garage where we kept all that stuff from the house. And it was probably 1,000 feet from the house, but it was pitch black, man. The thing had a headlight on it. So I drove it in the barn and I parked it. And then I was going to start walking back to the house. And as I'm cutting through the barn, my dad was hiding underneath the railings, and he had a foghorn. And as I walked past him, he hit the foghorn and it goes brrr, so loud. And I jumped so flipping hard. He told me that I hovered in the air for a good couple seconds after he did it. But I literally thought I was dead. I thought I was, murdered right that moment. I was probably like 12.
Yeah.
So
it's just like your kid.
So
reacted.
Yeah, exactly.
He's your kid.
He's my kid. That's all I got for that. The last question says, this is from Fonz420. This is kind of horrible. You have to choose between standing in a porta potty for 10 minutes or actually going number 2 in it, and then you can leave as soon as you're done, but your butt has to touch the seat. Are you standing? Basically, are you going to sit in a nasty smelling porta potty for 10 minutes, or would you use the bathroom to instantly get out?
I mean, it kind of takes me 10 minutes to go to the bathroom anyways, so I'll probably just stand in there.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I choose the not go in public option.
I don't get bothered by. I mean, some of the toilets I've seen in my travels, it makes a porta potty look like no problem at all, dude. So.
I don't know. That's it, man. That's all we got.
I saw one question in your Discord that was like, what was it like? Best part of being a dad or something like that? I don't remember what it was.
What's the most memorable dad moment?
There you go.
Oh man, there's so many. For me personally, I think some of the things that stand out more recently is when I let my son skip school when Forsaken dropped and we played Forsaken all day. And it was one of the most fun days I've ever had in my life. Like, we had a blast, man. It was awesome. That's probably not the most memorable, but that's a very recent one that comes to mind. So,
cool.
How about you?
How
about your dad?
Hope to never have one of those.
Oh my God.
My most memorable dad moment. Never having one, please.
Oh, wow. What about a reverse? Do you have a reverse, like for your dad? Do you got a moment? Put you on the spot? Your dad did something where you're just like, that's fucking awesome.
I mean, like, seeing my dad, like, he was super respected. Like, he was a music teacher for a very long time. Super respected, like, in the community of teaching and all that stuff. And, like, when he retired, it was like, I mean, it was this huge event. Not just like, okay, a teacher's retiring, like, good luck. It was like people from all over the country coming out to, like, to see it and, like, to be at the ceremony, and, like, it was a big deal. So, like, I mean, he, like, his moment, I guess, I was just happy for him, I guess. But that's really the only thing that sticks out to me.
Cool. There you go. That's it, man. That's all we got. So if you guys have questions you want to hear us answer on the podcast, you can tweet at myself or Lord Fluffy. You can drop the questions in our Discords. Each of us have a
thread,
Ask the New Meta section or a New Meta podcast section. You can ask them in there. Love to hear the questions, man. Some of the stuff you guys think up is disgusting, and some of it's pretty insightful. So,
or ask YouTube.
Ask those questions.
You can ask on YouTube.
Yeah, or on the YouTube comments too. Yep, sure. You can check the podcast out on Lord Fluffy's YouTube channel. You can also check it out on iTunes or Google Play. And if you guys want to see more of me, my name is ThaPChild. You can catch me everywhere at ThaPChild.
And I am Lord_Fluffy. Double those underscores on the Twitters.
So we will see you guys next week for episode 24. Peace.
I'm gonna go get more wins in Blackout.
More wins?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Spartan kick the shit out of some things.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be a good time. Good times.
All right, see you guys next week.
All right. See you.